July 4th, 2002, a new element called 935 has been discovered in mass quantities in 5 states: Texas, New York, California, New Mexico, and North Carolina. The Port Corporation has begun to mine 935 in excessive amounts. They believe it to be some kind of precious material. Our scientists have also discovered that smaller veins of this material are hidden throughout the rest of the country. Tests have already begun. End of report. November 1st, 2002. Looks like our friends in Russia, Japan, Africa, and Australia have also found deposits of 935. What is this stuff? Our scientists in America have begun to conduct animal experiments. At the moment, these experiments are non-conclusive. End of report. December the 11th, 2003. Animal experiments have begun worldwide as far as we can tell. America begins the first human test subject. The kid is believed to be an orphan of war. For all I know, our experiments are kept under wraps. Looks like we don't want our allies learning what we can and can't do. The animals that have survived the testing have begun to mutate. They're slowly getting bigger, stronger, more intelligent, and acting more primal. End of report. December 12th, 2003. The kid didn't make it. A funeral is being held. Only the scientists and a few select officials of the government are going. What are we even doing? February 20th, 2008. A breakout has occurred in major testing facilities all over the world. At the moment, it is believed to be a terrorist attack. But in reality, bombs can't melt humans down to the bone. Most of the animal experiments have been terminated. However, we have deduced that over 100 different species have escaped. Their numbers and quantity is not known. End of report. May 13th, 2008. Those things, they're not normal people. So many good people gone. Military officials have been able to figure out that only element 935 is able to harm them. People have begun to fashion weapons, everything from knives to bombs. At the moment, the US, Japan, Russia, and Australia have been totally evacuated and are considered quarantined. As I understand it, over 40% population has been exterminated. However, 10% have begun to show signs of abilities akin to superpowers, including myself. Where do these things come from? And why now? July 15th, 2020. It's been a while, old friend. I don't know if you're still listening to these, or even if you're still alive. Everything is settled back, almost to normalcy. When the world was on the brink of collapse, we came back, stronger, faster, more intelligent. The 10% rapidly grew. Less than 1% of the human race does not have any special power. Everything from people being able to emit fire to be able to control plants. Portco opened a school to help teach the younger generation how to use their powers. Hell, I've even seen some adults go in there. The world is different now. That's not a bad thing. Instead of democracy, factions were created, and with them came jobs. 5 factions were formed, each one containing their own abilities, traits, things that they do in life. I guess to start off, we have the Blue Rescue faction. These guys are like the cops, firefighters, that kind of thing. They go all over the world helping with floods, fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, storms. If there's a natural disaster, they're the ones who deal with it. The Crimson faction, or the Combat faction. These guys are the military that fight wars, end fights, and keep the peace. The Silver Recon faction. Now these guys and gals are either extremely brave or just really dumb. They're tasked with surveying and retaking the quarantine zones. If there's a God, let him protect these kids. Green Medic faction. I don't think I really need to say much more about these guys. They're doctors, nurses, combat medics. They keep society running. And lastly, the Purple Reserve. Where to begin? There aren't many of these guys in the first place. Not only would you have to qualify on an academic, physical, and mental test, but you also must pass a diplomatic test. If you haven't guessed, these guys are our leaders. However, should a Purple Reserve choose to be anything else, to be anyone else, they will be admitted without question. This will be my final report. Ken Yammahata, signing off.